Alright, hey everyone, this is Ash. Welcome back to the King's Speech. So again, we're just going to get caught up on some Shonen Jump chapters this weekend. I think I said I was going to try to get back around to the read-throughs next weekend. Unfortunately, these last couple of weekends have been really, really busy, so I haven't really had a time to rest and recuperate like I'd like. So I'll probably take a break next weekend just to recharge my batteries. So hopefully read-throughs will resume the week afterwards. But with that said, there's going to be a lot of good content coming your way this weekend. We've got some kaiju, some spy family, some Akane-Banashi stuff to get around to. So a lot of good content coming your way. So if you haven't already, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And before we dive into it, I also want to say please do show solidarity and support to all the student protesters across the U.S. campuses right now who are protesting the genocide in Palestine. They are facing a disproportionate police response to their peaceful protests, and the academia and the institutions have been kind of enabling it as well. And we really should not be letting it stand. And the students are really, really brave for putting their futures and the careers on the line like this. So really just wanted to acknowledge the solidarity before I got into these videos. With all that said, without further ado, let us get into it with the Akane-Banashi story 107, Old Name. With story by Yuki Suenaga, art by Takamasa Moe, with Rakugo supervision by Keiki Hayashiya. So you see as Akane meets Shinta outside, he's like, got a minute to talk? And she's kind of like looking confuzzled as he just like hands her a drink. She's like, sure? It's like, he seems just like getting all nervous. And of course you have translation by Stephen Paul, lettering by Sneer Aron. And Akane's like, come on, did you have something to say or not? It's like, I do, but now that the moment's here, you know. And her mother's just like watching from behind the walls, like, oh, it's so frustrating. It's like, no, I don't know. And she's silent before she goes, this is the first time you've come to see one of my performances, isn't it? What did you think of it? And Shinta's like, the truth is, I don't have the right to give you an opinion. I turned my back on Rakugo. And Akane's kind of looking a little sad and despondent. As Shinta goes, all I can say is that it was both a trip down memory lane and frustrating to hear. You've already shot way past where I was back then. You're a real Christ, this is going to make me cry. It's like, you're a real Rakugoka now. Akane is kind of just like starts patting her head. And she just smiles a little and she's like, stop treating me like a little kid. You're just saying that to flatter me. I'm on to you. I know that I'm nowhere near where you used to be. And she like walks away. He's like, and how do you feel now that you're Rakugoka? And she's like, nothing's changed. Neither my end goal nor my determination to see it through. I'm struggling every day, but I'm having so much fun. As you see like a little montage of like all the previous chapters. And as her father smiles and you see her laughing and joking with him again, her mother's like, look how much fun they're having. It's like, fine, I'll let them have this moment. And you see on the next page, what? Let me just look up quickly because I never remember what Spiky Hair Bro's name is. But you see Shiguma talking with, hold on, where are you, Spiky Bro? Miroku Kashiwaya, that's it. So Shiguma's like, this is a very nice place you found for us. I'd expect nothing less from Master Miroku Kashiwaya, chairman of the Rakugo Foundation. It's like, fa-ha-ha, save your false flattery. So, how many years has it been, Rokuen? It's like, since the last time we drank together. And Shiguma's like, that's my old name. It's like, don't try to distance yourself. The Arakawa school was started when your predecessor took on the Miyoseki of Shiguma Arakawa, but it's originally Kashiwaya. Our relationship is like main family and branch family. To me, you are still Kisoba Kashiwaya. Oh, Christ. And you see he's talking about old man. God, what the hell is the old man's name? Isho. He's talking about Isho and Rokuen Kashiwaya. Not to mention Kyoichi. You have Kyoji. Is that his Shiguma's eldest apprentice? Huh, interesting. He's like, listen, there might be a rift between Kashiwaya and Arakawa now, but you saw them together up there today. Can't we go back to the way it used to be? And you see like the younger version of all roughhousing. And he's like, that's not going to happen. Not as long as the past of Shiguma and Moroku continues to bind him. And you see Isho just standing there. So I guess we've both been saddled with bothersome burdens. Is that why you're passing down Shiguma's art? Isn't that what you call it over there? This is the first time I've heard her perform, but I can see why you want to choose her. The freewheeling abandon, the way she speaks, it reminds me quite a lot of the original Shiguma, Kuroku Kashiwaya. It's the next day, as Akane is just doing like some spring cleaning, and she's like tagging up a bag with burnable garbage. It's like, there. It's like, boy, a lot happened to that debut event. Feels like it's been ages since I've been back here. It's like, whew. Oh, look who's hard at work. He's like, Ani-san. It's like, hey, kiddo. It's like, it's such a relief to see the usual faces. It's like, I heard the big news. You got a recommendation for Tatsume? That's crazy. It's like, thank you very much. It's like, which means you know what we do now, right? Yeah, Maikaru. And she's like, what we do? It's like, have a drinking party? He's like, correctamundo. You're getting the thing of things, Akenaru. It's like, let's get going then. He's like, what? It's the middle of the day. It's like, which is what makes it so good. It's like, you're coming too, Bear-chan. It's like, I told you. It's like, Maikaru Ani-san took the time out of his busy schedule for this. He's always been very successful. Akane's like, he's always been very successful. It's like, it's not just that. We didn't tell you because we didn't want you distracted, but next month, Ani-san's going to attempt the pinnacle that no one has tried since the expulsion incident. The Shinichi promotion test. Alright. So I guess quick thoughts on the chapter. Not a lot to say. It's very much a transitional chapter. Kind of like a little bit of a cool down after the whole promotion test and everything. Apart from that, I did like the little moment between Akane and her father, because like this part, like all the other previous bits up to this point, I don't think really kind of got me in the emotions, but this one did. Because I think this is like the clearest example, like, you know, there's nothing Akane wants more than kind of like her father's admiration and like approval. And so the fact that he's telling her like, you know, you're doing a good job, you're a real Rakugoka now, is like, as he like showcase like his appreciation of her art, I really did love that little moment. And Akane also of course having to be like, no, I can't have emotions, and she's like trying to blow it off and act all cool. So I really did love that point. Apart from that, like the part where she's like, I'm struggling a little every day. It was like that Thor banner meme from Thor Ragnarok, where Thor's just kind of doing it. I was like, was it though? I'm like, I don't know, kind of like up to this point, like that's one of my complaints is you haven't really struggled a lot. So her being like, oh, you know, still a hard road, kind of like, it really kind of wasn't. Like, you're phenomenal. I'm not like doubting that or saying anything, but it really hasn't been showcased as like a struggle for you to get to this point. Apart from that, I did like also the little montage of like all her past performances and everything. That was really good. I did like the little like flashback, like hints at history between Miroku and Shiguma about like what's happening with Rakugo. So I'm very curious as to when we like learn more about that and all the stuff that happened with that. So I'm very, very curious where that's going and who the original Shiguma was and like what his whole deal is going to be. But yeah, very, very solid kind of like cool down setup chapter. So very much looking forward to the next one. So like I mentioned at the beginning, if you do like this content, you know, please do like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Like I mentioned, there's going to be Shonen Jump will come out this weekend, and I'll hopefully be back to read-throughs in a couple of weeks once I'm rested and relaxed. So until next time, this is Ash. I'll talk to you all later.